if you're looking at rates today and you're doing a year-long construction project, depending on what the debenture rate is at that time. You can look at a 7A versus a 504. Obviously, the loan amount has to be under $5 or $6 million. $5 million is the cap on SBA 7A for right now. I do believe that will raise up within the next year or two. Rates are up on the SBA 504 loan, the 25-year debenture. For January 2025, we're at 6.512, previously at 6.093, so almost up a half a point on the 504 25-year debenture rate. Remember, the 504 is two loans. It's a first and second, so you've got the bank piece, which is a senior debt, and then the SBA guaranteed piece, which is the second. So on $1 million deal, $500,000 conventional first loan with a $400,000 second. The second, if it's a 25-year debenture, after the debenture happens, it's fixed for 25 years based on the current debenture rate, which today is at 6.512. The senior debt is negotiated at the bank or credit union level, or perhaps a non-bank SBA lender. Remember, those are the possible avenues of banks, credit unions, or non-bank SBA lenders make these 504 loans. Oftentimes, they make the first and second loan, and then after the debenture, the second loan gets sold off into the secondary market. So that's basically how it happens. So oftentimes we do construction loans where we're doing a 504 construction loan. The first and second could be interim debt, and then as soon as they get certificate of occupancy, that's actually when the debenture on the second would be sold off in the secondary market. So that's why a lot of banks don't do construction on the 504s, but we do have really good lenders that we personally work with that love construction right now, because once that debenture happens, they've got the guarantee, right? And so you're gonna, on a construction deal, you're gonna have interim debt that once certificate of occupancy happens, it'll be then rolled into the perm debt. And then usually after certificate of occupancy, anywhere from 30 to 45 days is when the debenture happens. So if you're looking at rates today and you're doing a year-long construction project, depending on what the debenture rate is at that time. So I hope that helps, because there's a lot of moving pieces with the SBA 504. So going back, the rate today is 6.512, up about 0.5% from December of 2024. Wall Street Journal prime rate is at 7.5, and that's where your SBA 7A loans are tied to. Oftentimes you can look at a 7A versus a 504. Obviously, the loan amount has to be under $5 or $6 million. $5 million is the cap on SBA 7A for right now. I do believe that will raise up within the next year or two. You can do a conventional loan with it. So I've seen deals done where they get a conventional and a 7A up to $7.5 million in total proceeds. That's called pari passu. But if you're doing a $15, $18 million deal, it's got to be a 504, unless it can fit in under the USDA B&I loan, which would be for properties that are eligible based on location, so more rural properties. So those are your options, but we could definitely do an analysis. Does the 7A make more sense? Does the 504 make more sense? 504 is going to have on the second, it's going to have a 10-year kind of a step down. Well, it's not a step down. It does decline over time, but it's a 10-year prepayment penalty. So you're kind of stuck in it, although your blended rate might be better than what you get on the 7A. 7A is only going to have a 3-year prepay penalty, though. So that's how we weigh these things together to say, hey, what's better, 7A or 504? 7A also is easier because you only have one underwriting process versus the 504 is actually two underwriting processes. The 7A, we work with PLPs, so they underwrite and do everything in-house. 504 gets underwritten at the bank level, and then it has to go to SBA as well. So two-step. So that's what we do. We can help you. Go to bookwithbo.com. Happy to discuss. Thanks for watching. See you on the next episode. Hey guys, Bo Eckstein here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.